Hello everyone, it's Chrissy here and welcome to Tuesday Night Lights. It's Tuesday the 19th of September in Australia. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, the US, it's probably you'd probably just be waking up. We're just finishing our day here. Alright, sorry I'm a couple of minutes late. I just had one of those days. And anyway, I'm going to just make sure that everyone can see me, and that I'm live. Here we go, there we go. Oops, we're a bit crooked. Hi Megan, hi Glenda. Let's see if we can get a bit straighter. There we go. So sorry I'm a bit late. I had all worked out what I was doing for the inside of my card, but I didn't know what I was doing on the front. So that's why I'm late. I had to quickly think of how I was going to finish the front. Oh, we're really crooked today. All right, let's get started. So tonight, look, I hope everyone's well. Glenda and Megan, are you well? Sorry, I can't see comments. All right, so hope you're really well. Tonight we are playing with, now this is in the mini catalogue, it's the Walk in the Forest Designer series paper. Now this is the one that, if you look at the beginning of the catalogue, which, look, I have my catalogue here. It is the Making a Difference paper. So it's on page 5. And so for every pack of paper, Stamping Up donates $4.25 Australian or $4.50 New Zealand dollars to organisations dedicated to spreading cheer. Okay, so that's why we're using this one. It coordinates perfectly with the Merriest trees stamp set and the dies that go with that. So we're not using, we will use the stamp set for the sentiment. We'll also be using the dies. All right. So let's get started. And if you would like to share this Facebook Live, I know, Glenda, I was late. That's why you couldn't find me. Yeah, if you'd like to share this Facebook Live, feel free. I'll just share it with my group so they can see it. Has everyone else had one of those days? It's, for me, it's just been a really massive day. I had a video call this morning and it went for 2 hours, and so that put me way behind with everything I wanted to do. Right, let's move our little... Alright. I'm not making this any straighter, am I? There we go. Okay. So tonight we're bringing out an old trusty friend. This is, in case you haven't seen this before, it's a little bit dirty. This is our Simply Scored tool. Now this tool has been out for a while. Some of you 10-15 years ago I might have bought a Score Pal or a Martha Stewart one or something like that. So this is just for scoring and it's awesome. So we've got a piece of pattern paper and this is from that paper that I told you about. Oh, thank you. Thank you for loving my purple nails. My normal guy wasn't there today, so you can still see little bits of glitter from my black and and glittery nails because my normal guy wasn't there to get rid of that. But I don't think that it, like this one, you can see it quite obviously. I don't think that it detracts from them. Hang on one second, I'm just going to have a mouthful of water. Now, so now Megan, you might, when I make this card, you might find this a little bit familiar because you gave me the idea, well, sort of. You sent me a link for the carousel, a carousel card. Hi, Sue. Lovely to see you. I hope you've had a fabulous day in Thailand. Or it's, well, it must be mid-afternoon now, or late afternoon, is it? Oh. Thank you for joining me. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm using the biggest end of my stylus and I am scoring at every inch. All right. And this is, paper is 12 inches by 5 inches. Oops, I don't think that was an inch. I think I stopped up somewhere. Ah, there we go. But it doesn't matter because what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over and then on every ½ inch score the other way. Now you could just score it at every ½ inch. So from every ½ inch mark, I'm just scoring. All right. Oh, you've had swimming and school concert. That sounds good. It's school holidays here, so I made the mistake of going to the shopping centre during school holidays. Don't do it. It's awful. And our shopping centre, our local, not our local grocery shopping centre, but the closest one to us, I don't know, it's not my favourite place. All right, so you'll see that now I've got mountain and valley scores on my card. So I'm going to put my score pad away. So this is 5 inches by 12 inches. Megan, are you recognising this? Oh, you haven't. You've started the card challenge, but you've given up for the moment. You glued yourself to everything. What happens? Let's see if I can find my bone folder. Now, you really need to make sure these are nice and crisp. All right. Now, so what you're doing is you're making like a concertina or an, I'm going to go, I think someone calls it an accordion. And we're just, now, I'm going to say that this, I used to make these cards a lot when I was first started card making. Now, if you have done like I have and I've missed a ½ inch score line, you just bring your scoring board back and you line up that, and oh, you agree, Sue? Yeah, I love children, but I don't like bratty children especially not when I'm sitting there relaxing getting my nails done. And I couldn't last another week. And besides, it's nothing like the colours that people chose last week, and there's a reason for that, and that's because my nails were black last time, and the pink didn't cover it, the black. All right. So we just Yeah, use your bone folder. You should really use your bone folder. So, Megan, you glued yourself to everything. I can't imagine you doing that. You're such a good crafter. Alright. So you'll see I'm actually folding it the opposite way to how it was scored, right? This just stops the paper from tearing. Alright, that's my top tip. And you want to stop that paper from tearing. Alright. Now, we have got an accordion sort of thing, alright? Now I'm going to grab my paper trimmer and I am going to trim this to the layers that I want. Let's move that out of the way. It's annoying me. Right. So the first part is going to be, let's make it 2 inches. Now, what we're doing is we're making a little Christmas tree, a lot of gunk there, inside our card. So then I'm going to cut the next bit at 1.5 inches. Now, you really need to make sure that you've lined it up with your lines. Now I'm feeling awfully nervous because I've got someone who's very experienced watching me. I'm like, oh, what if I make a mistake? But anyway, she knows that if I make a mistake, well then that's okay. And then the next one is going to be 1 inch. Actually, we're going to make it at 3/4 of an inch. Now, because I want quite a few layers. I want 4 layers of this tree. Technically, I probably should do 5. Let's going to see if that's going to stay in place. Now, you could use a glue dot or something to help you hold it in place. That would be ideal, but it's not going to matter if it is out slightly. Right. So we've got a 3/4 of an inch, and then I think that's a 1/2 inch. All right. So I'm going to put those bits aside. And we're going to start, oh, actually we're going to put that away. So I have got my card base. Now this is a pretty peacock. Now this measures, now there is a reason this one is definitely not a standard card base, right? Hi Sharon. Wow, now I'm even more nervous. I've got 2 of you. Okay, so this card base is 8 1/8. All right. Then we're going to score it at 4 inches. And then we're going to move it across 1/8 of an inch. And we're going to score it again. So what that's going to do is going to make it like a little book binding, all right? So this isn't a card that you're going to be wanting to post, all right? This is a, here I'm going to hand it to your card, all right? Then I have got a piece of white. Now this one is 7 7/8 by 5 1/2. All right, and again, we're going to, I've already scored it and I have embossed it. Now this is embossed, and don't worry about, so what I did is I put it through the embossing folder like this and emboss that half first. and then I went and I embossed the other side. And it doesn't matter if you don't emboss the middle. Like, it's probably better that you don't emboss the middle, but so I have scored this one at 3 7/8, and then I'm going to move it across and score it at 4. Alright, so you're going to have, it's going to have a little bit of a book binding too, not quite as much. Alright, okay, so that is the inside of our card. So we're going to do the inside first, and then I'm going to make up the front because I have no clue what I am going to do for the front. Hi, Debbie. Oh, wow. All these people. Oh, new people watching. All right. So I've got some adhesive strips, and I've got these little pieces here. So what I'm doing is I'm making a pop-out tree for the inside of my card. All right. So some of you may have seen, there's a demo, I can't even remember who it is. Megan will be able to tell me, who made a, what do you call it? A carousel. Okay. Using this, a similar method to this, a pop-out carousel, and it's pretty cool. And Megan, if you remember who that was, can you put in the comments who it is, please? If not, I can do that. Tammy White, that's who it is. And it was pretty awesome. So this is using that concept. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some adhesive strips, foam strips. Now, I'm putting it on both sides. I'm not taking the paper off just yet. Because we want it to have a bit of volume. Now, you could use tear and tape, but you're still going to need that little book binding bit to make it pop out. All right. Now, I've been in the middle of getting stuff ready for my team meeting tomorrow, and I couldn't find my any of my platforms for my embossing machine, and I was trying to work out why I couldn't find them, and then I remembered that my beautiful husband Steve fixed the drawer of my desk. So he took everything off my desk and he moved some stuff back, but he somehow managed to bury all of the plates for my embossing machine under other stuff. Hi Estelle, thanks for watching. You don't normally watch. Excited to have so many people watching tonight. How exciting. Hope everyone's had a really great day. I've had a fabulous day. But yes, it was leading up to this live, I was panicking because I'm like, I need to emboss stuff and I can't find my embossing folder platforms or plates, and what am I going to do? And we might actually add another strip to this. I'm just thinking about it. We'll see how this one goes. All right. We'll start with 3 and then we can always add more. All right. So the other thing I've got is I've just got a piece of pecan pie, and this is about 1/8 of an inch. And when our little folder closes, that's going to go down the middle. All right. Okay. So that's sort of like a, what do you call it? A trunk of our tree. I was trying to think of the word. Now grab my little mat. Look, I'm so organised, Megan. I've actually got my mat today. Just so I've got my little mat here. Let's put this in the middle. Okay, so this is going to be my trunk. Now, I've thought about how I want this to go. So let's see if this is going to work. Actually, I will do this little one. So this is going to be the top of our tree. Okay. I think we need a 1 inch or 1.5 inch piece, a 1 inch piece, I think. We'll see. Because I could always go and add another piece later. Because remember, I've always talking on these videos about how you need to have a odd number of elements on your card, right? It just makes your life so much easier and it's more pleasing to the eye. So I've only got 4 layers of my tree, and I can tell you now that I'm not going to like it because it's only got 4 layers. Right, so we're going to start with putting our little tree up here. Now, make sure, so I've taken the paper off, make sure that you have this cut bit facing towards you, so towards the bottom of the card. Then I'm just going to wrap it over. Now, this is where having some grid paper or something like that is really useful, or having a ruler. Now, what we want to do is on the other side is stick down our little, now you can make this shorter, and I probably, actually let's just make it a little bit shorter. Let's cut off maybe, oh no, let's leave it. See, I talk to myself all the time when I'm making cards. Does anyone else talk to themselves? You get a good answer that way. So it's not stuck in the middle. So you want to make sure that it is, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little glue dot in those couple of bits there to hold it down a bit more. Okay. So see, there'll be, you can put your finger underneath the middle. All right. You don't want it stuck in the middle. You want that space. All right. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. All right, so now we're going to, let's grab our glue dots if I've got any up here. I know I bought them up here today. I triple checked that I had everything because the last 2 lives I've forgotten stuff. Like I even forgot the stamp set. Who does that? So we're going to pop a glue dot in there just to hold that down. Now you can make it shorter and that makes it easier. So we're just going to pop a couple of glue dots in those folds just to, I just don't want to waste any paper. Like that little bit of paper is not going to do anything for me. So I'm not going to be able to use it on anything, so I may as well keep it on the card. Okay, so we're going to, so we've got a couple of glue dots there. So there we go. So that's maybe one more lot. And So on this one, I'm putting 3 glue dots just to hold it down. Now, is everyone still with me, or have I put you to sleep? Hope not. What's everyone's week been like anyway? I know it's only Tuesday. It just feels like it's been a long week. Yeah. My husband said to me today, oh, what a month this week's been. And I went, okay. Right, so that's the top of our tree. All right. So we're going to space these out. So again, we're going to concertina this up and do the similar thing with the next layer. All right. So and let's just put it maybe half an inch further down. Half an inch, quarter of an inch. I don't know how to work in inches, so I'm making this up, all right? Oh, it's the same. Your week's been amazing, Debbie. That's lovely. What's been amazing about it? Oh, and Glenda, your week's been busy, the same as every other week, yes. I hear you there. Now, card making isn't an exact science, right? So you're going to have to trial things and just see how they go. So this is one of those, my Tuesday night lights is definitely a let's trial it and see how it goes. So I'm going to put 3 layers of glue dots just to hold it down, because if I, maybe 4. Because if I don't, it's going to do this wobbly, stupid thing. Again, you could solve that by just making the bit shorter. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Let's turn it around and do the other side. Has anyone made a card like this before? I'd really like to know. Like, I hope I'm showing you something that you haven't seen for a while, or... Sorry. I hate it when the comments go off and then I can't see anyone. Now, I'm going to have to put 1 more layer of dots on. I think it should be okay. 1 more. Just to hold it in place. We just don't want it to be a wonky tree. Now, some of you might have made rosette trees out of, so you use a double length of 12 by 12 paper and made little rosettes. I probably started that up a bit high, but I'm okay with that. It's been a while since you've done one of these. I'm just hoping this works out, Megan. All right, I do think we're going to need a piece that is, and you know what? I've put them on upside down. I wanted the pretty peacock at the top. Well, that's silly, isn't it? Oh. But anyway, it's all right. I was so excited just to show you. Let's see. Well, let's just do 4. So we've lined it up on that side. I'm going to pop that over like that and line it up with on the other side. Now, this has taken way longer than I remember. So what do we want to see next week? I know I'm still working on this project, but maybe someone can give me some ideas of what they want to see coming up. We haven't done a tic-tac-toe challenge for a while. And we haven't done a craft along for ages, other than the mystery stamping. So, and I'm told that mystery stamping isn't everybody's favourite. You know who you are. Hi, Denise. I do think I need another layer, Megan. I do think I do. I really do think I need another layer. Let's put the other layer down lower. Make it bigger. Yes, definitely think we'll need 5. We can just make it a bit bigger than this one, can't we? All right. The other thing you could do is you could alternate the colours. So you could go the green and then the peacock and then the green and then the peacock again. But because I didn't start like that, can't finish like that. So we'll know for next time. And luckily I brought the paper upstairs with me. And we can go from here. I hope you didn't see the top of my head then. I don't even know that I brushed my hair. Oh goodness. Actually my buddies from my buddy group, they would laugh at that because I did say to them that I don't ever put my face on Facebook Live because I don't want to brush my hair. And I don't want to get out of it. Don't want to put clothes on either. So I do have clothes on. I am dressed. So this time, so. And when I mean I don't want to put clothes on, I don't want to. So see how it's starting to come together. We're going to do as Megan suggested. And so it's quite bulky. So you're going, that's why you really need that fun fold, different fold in the middle. All right, let's get another piece. I don't remember how wide that one was. And we'll put another layer down the bottom. Doesn't matter that they're not completely the same. So that's 2 inches. So let's do the next one at 2.5 inches. All right, so I'll bring back my scoreboard. Thank you for being patient with me. I did bring it up, didn't I? I did. So, it all depends how wide you cut your layers, how many you can get out of a sheet. So let's cut this one at 2.5 inches. I'm just going to score it. I'm not even going to turn it over when I score. I'm just going to score it the whole way along at every 1/2 inch. Now some people, when they make rosettes and stuff, they score it at every 1/4 inch. And I have to say, let's just make them work for yourself. It makes it really, really hard. How are you, Denise? I hope you're having a good day. Oops. Yeah, well, that's okay. These scoreboards are so good, and because our trimmer has a scoring thing on it, we often forget to pull out our scoreboard, but if you're making boxes or you're doing, like, making lots of rosettes and stuff, this makes it so much easier. So, right. Alright, so we're just going to... And to make a rosette, all you do is get, depending on how wide your paper is, you might have 2 or 3 strips, like you might have 2 strips that are 2.5 inches long, and you attach them together. So you make 2 half rosettes, or you might, if it's wider, you might have, so if you've got a 3 or a 4 inch strip, you might attach 3 or 4 lengths of the paper together to make a rosette. And actually the ladies who are doing my vintage Christmas class will be making rosettes on one of their cards. So that will be fun. Right, so we've got that all things, and yes, I should have used my bone folder, but we're doing this quickly. All right. I have no idea how many people are watching. All right, let's see. Let's like we did before, pop our piece of what is this stuff? Oh, foam strip. Okay, so I'm going to, because this is a bit longer, I'm actually going to do 2 together. Now you don't have to, I just feel like I should. Okay, and I've actually folded that the wrong way. So let's just take that off really gently, because I need the fold to go down. So I just need to turn it the opposite way to what I folded it. Lucky I caught that, because otherwise we would have a different colour base branches on our tree. Now, I've seen people make these trees with their designer series paper from Stampin' Up, but I've also seen them make it with magazines, the annual catalogue. I've seen people make it with that. Actually, a few years ago we made Christmas trees out of all our old annual catalogues. That was fun. I wonder if I've got enough for us to do a stash of them this year. Okay. All right. Now we're right. Now we're cooking with gas. No, you haven't done this before. Glenda, I thought that you would have done this. Really did. I thought you'd tried all sorts of things. Now, it's not, obviously it's not a quick card, and it's not one you're going to post because it is so thick. All right. But I think that it's worth the effort. And what you can do is you can make one of these. So you could make the card, right, like this. And you could also make a little tree in a frame that is similar to this, and then give it as a gift So you wouldn't do, obviously, do the front of the card like what we're going to do, but you would just make a frame. And it's a bit of a wild card, like even though it's a bit fiddly and I've been on it for a while, it is a wild card, and it does really, people get it and they go, wow, that must have taken you hours. And you go, oh yeah, of course it did. And then all the while going, no, it really didn't. But okay, so that looks much better. And the bigger the pieces, the wider the pieces, the less you have to stick down, all right? Okay, so our tree needs a bit of a tree skirt. So I've cut using the dies, now these are the Merriest tree dies, and they've got a little tree skirt in it. And I've cut this out in gold. And what I'm going to do is cut that a little bit too long. So I'm just going to, lucky I didn't stick it all the way down. Just trim that up a bit, because I want a bit of space at the bottom. I'm just going to stick this on again with the foam, but I don't want to make it you know, too, I don't want to stick it in the middle. I want it to be just free in the middle so that it's going to fold. All right. Is everyone still with me? We might get this made by midnight. Oh, before Megan's bedtime. You've made it, you've done it using an old book? Yeah. That's what we did with our annual catalogues, Glenda. We used an old book and we folded the pages to form into triangles to form a tree. Yes. And it looks really nice because the old catalogue. So that's the inside of our card. We've got some Wayward foam strips, but that's okay. Now I'm just going to pop a little glue dot in there just to make sure that it doesn't pop up, because we want that to be nice and secure. Now the other reason I am not using Seal Plus or Tear and Tape is because I think that it might pop up, like it might sit for a while and then go pop, and then yeah. So here we go, we've got this like this, and so that's the inside of our card. And whoop, we didn't see like that, it might pop like that. What we want to do is we want that tree skirt to fold the other way. So we may need to just bring it in a little bit. So it doesn't matter if it folds forward. As I said, this is our experimenting night. Tuesday nights is experimenting night. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Most times we get it to work, don't we? And we all learn something. Now my foam strips are fairly old, okay? So they've been sitting in my craft room for a long time. I bought a whole stash and I possibly haven't used them as quickly as I should have. So we're just going to make that come in a little bit. So if it goes square, let's fold it in half first, shall we? Let's fold it in half. so that when it pops up, it'll be like that. All right. It does look a bit odd, but it'll be fine. What is popping off? Why is it doing that? So it's being facetious. That's my word of the day, because my husband and my dog were both being facetious today. And so you can see why we wouldn't post that card. Look at how thick it is. Right? Yes, Glenda. All right. So this is definitely, I'm going to give it to a friend per card. And that little tree skirt isn't liking what it's not staying where it's supposed to. And I think some glue dots are going to have to make it work. All right. So then, this is the hardest bit. You want to stick this in, but you don't want to actually stick the spine bit down. Okay? And you could probably have made that book part of the spine even 1/2 inch thick. I think that would work. So we'll get our Seal Plus. I think I bought Seal Plus upstairs. No, I didn't. I will make do with, oh, here we go. I can't see for looking. Does anyone else have that problem? Yeah, look for your scissors when you're holding them. Oh, I do that all the time. All right. So we want that spine bit lined up. And I find it easier to put a bit of Seal Plus either side of the spine. All right. And then just a little bit in. Okay. Look at how I finally got it to work, Megan. I had so much trouble with getting Seal Plus to work for me. All right, so we're lining that bit up. I'm just going to, now, when you watch other people's videos, they don't do it like this, but I do, it works for me. Am I out of the screen? Sorry. I like to be right over my project, so doing it like this, oops, is a bit hard if I can't see what I'm doing. So I want it the same distance, top and bottom, and to the side. That's going to work there. So just stick that down like that. And I've got a bit more Seal Plus that I can put on here. I just made this look really, really hard, didn't I? Oh, well. There we go. So that's the inside of our card. Impressive, hey? It needs a little embellishment or something. You could decorate it even more. See, so that's how it fits. Now, what I would normally do is I would get a nice big heavy book and I would sit my book on top of this for a good hour or two overnight. Okay, so that's the inside. Now, as I said, I had no clue what I was going to do with the front, so let's work on that. So we know that the papers have got garden green and Pretty Peacock on it. So we've done the Pretty Peacock base card. So we're going to keep it fairly simple. I have cut out some of the trees from the paper. So I've actually fussy cut this one because I messed it up. So I've cut out these trees. Now this bear, he coordinates with Punch, the bear Punch in the mini catalogue. So yeah, I've just cut those little trees out. And we're going to decorate the front. Some people would decorate the front first. That would just make too much sense, wouldn't it? If you wanted to be consistent, you could emboss the front of the card as well. Should we do that? Maybe we should. Let's emboss the front of the card using these. This is from the online extras pack. So we've got our upstairs embossing machine. And this one has the plates. Oh, we're going a bit grainy. Sorry about that. Our internet connection is going a bit wonky. I'm sorry. So we've got our plate number 1. And because we're using a 3D embossing folder, we're using plate number 4. Okay. So I'm sorry about the pixelation just then. I don't know quite how that happened. We've been having a bit of problems with our internet and we need to see if we can get a new, I think it's a router or something, a new box thingy. So, all right, so we've got some dots for the front. So we're being consistent. Every time I close my embossing folder, my poor dog runs away. She's terrified of it. I have no clue why. Okay. So we've got... Now, if you're using a Seal Plus, don't use it on your embossed piece, all right? Because you're just pressing... It doesn't like it when I'm moving too fast. I wonder what that... I'm speedy. So let's just slow it down a bit. So if you use that on here, it's just going to press the embossed bits out. So just put it on your card. Okay. Right, then you're not pressing all that beautiful embossing out. Okay. Oh, that's looks pretty small, almost straight. Dear me. Is anyone eating dinner while they're watching me? Because I'm really hungry. Tell me what you had for dinner or are having for dinner tonight. Because I'm starved and I really want to know what people are having. I know we're having steak or something. Well, we're having whatever it's called, mystery meat night. So we had chicken and I think chops and... so packages for 1 we think there's steak in there and we're not sure if the others are chopped, because when my husband puts meat in the freezer, he doesn't label it. So you have no clue 3 months down the track what it is that you're supposed to be eating. So really, when you're making this card, stick the front together first, all right, before you put the inside in, all right? That's my big tip, because otherwise you're going to be like me going, oh, I'm going to struggle a bit with this, getting it all lined up. Okay. And because you can't open it out flat because it's not going to like it. So you really got to sort of wing it. Where's our Jodie tonight? Oh, that's right, she's on a cruise. No, she's on a train journey now. She's finished her cruise. So she can't even be cheering me on for winging it. All right, so that didn't work out too bad. But what I did forget, I was going to put a piece of ribbon under that to hold it closed. And that would be a great idea. If you put a piece of ribbon around it, let's see, you could hold it closed, but we can put our ribbon, on now. Ideally, I would like it to be underneath the the layers, but no, let's go with what we have. So I'm just going to tie this to make it easier for me to stick it all together. Oh, look at that bow. Oh, that's impressive. I never do bows that well, so I'm impressed with that. All right. So we need some glue dots under that ribbon. You could do a belly band, yes. That's a great idea, Glenda. You'd have to really be careful of the measurements, I think. And I think you would have to do a cardstock belly band rather than just a paper one, because I think that it would need a bit of strength to it. And that could be an alternative to putting a heavy book on it too. I'm just going to put a couple of glue dots on the front for now. Don't let it get caught up like I just did there. Oh, there we go. Right, so I've cut these trees. This is the one I fussy cut because I messed it up. I reckon. So my plan was to have 3 trees on it, but I think we could get away with just 1 tree because we've got no sentiments on there yet. Now, ideally, you could cut another piece of, like you could cut a piece of Pretty Peacock and put that behind it and make it stronger if you wanted to put it on dimensionals. But I'm going to just pop it on with some glue. So I had cut some trees and I can use them for the envelopes or for another project. So this is the first time I've played with the trees and with the stamp set. I've got lots of glue. So remember, your multi-purpose glue has got a flat end for spreading and a finer end for your finer work. All right. Okay. Oh, Megan, you've kept forgetting what you're looking for today. Oh, yes. I know what that's like. Okay, so we've stuck that on. I'm going to put my little tree, I've cut another tree skirt, so I'm going to pop that underneath there with some glue. So I don't want the front to be too raised up because all the wow stuff is inside. Doesn't mean we're not putting embellishments on the front. Oh, there we go. And I think it doesn't matter that the tree skirt is gold and the ribbon has got silver on it, because gold and silver at Christmas are essential. Well, in our house they are anyway. So we've got our, make sure your tree skirt's on straight. All right, let's find some bling. What I'm going to do is just put another glue dot on the back, just to hold the ribbon in place here. So it's not going to be sliding everywhere. And the glue on the tree is going to hold it in place too. All right, so we've got some embellishments. Now, many of you have seen that, oh, goodness me, that I keep my embellishments in a Memories and More album. And we've got, I don't know which ones to use. I'm thinking that the tree needs a star on the top. So these ones are adhesive back star trinkets. It does need a sentiment somewhere in the card. Well, maybe. You could keep it as a non-stamped card if you wanted to. Or if you were going to do a belly band, you could stamp on the belly band. So we need a star at the very top. Okay. Because, yeah, how pretty is that? That's a pretty star. I'm just going to keep one stars. Now, let's see. I think that it does need something else. Faceted Gems Trios. I wonder if they are pretty peacock. All right. Thank you for bearing with me while I do need to put a sentiment on it, this card, but no. I think I'm just going to leave the one for now. I think that will work quite well. I think it's enough. What we can do is we can put a bit of Wink of Stella on it. So let's grab our Wink of Stella. It's my favourite thing. Never have too much glitter on it. And we'll just pop a bit of Wink of Stella on the tree. To make it sparkle. Yep. There we go, that's a bit better. One of my friends who, a big shout out to her, she turned 70 yesterday. She paints her nails with Wink of Stella. So she'll be on the phone and she'll paint her nails with the Wink of Stella. I think that's funny. And she knows who she is. And happy 70th birthday when you watch this on replay. Yeah, so that is the front of our card. We need, let's just I'm not even going to put a sentiment on it. What we could do, because this is such a fancy card, and there's no room to write on it, is there? So what I'm going to do, now that I've thought about it, is I'm going to put a piece of white cardstock on the back so that they've got somewhere to write. And then you've got somewhere to stamp your sentiment as well. So this is really a gift, not a posting card. So we're going to make that 3.5 inches by 5 1/4. And I actually didn't bring any ink upstairs. Knew I forgot something. So I'll have to complete that later, but let's just pop that on there. Let's make it a little bit smaller. And you've got somewhere to write. So let's make it 3 1/4 inches. How could I not bring ink upstairs? That's crazy. 3 1/4 by 5. Okay, well, I was doing so well, people. So well. I got almost to the end and then discovered I don't have ink. And I'll just pop a piece. And I am putting the Seal Plus on this. I would normally just do glue, but because I want it to hold that ribbon down, so there we go. So Chrissy makes a card with, you have to love the card. Oh, that's so good. I'm so glad. So glad that you love it. So this is Chrissy's Merriest Trees card. Now, you could put a little gold star or something at the top. I think that worked out quite well. And as I said, you could do this in a frame. And that'd look really nice. A frame with a gold ball matting underneath it. And so there we go. So that is Chrissy's card. Chrissy's no stamp card. How's that? All right. I forgot to tell you, the clearance rack has been updated today. So I know some of you were looking for mint macaron in Australia, and cardstock and ribbon and stamping blends. That when I checked this morning, they were all on the clearance rack. But it's only while stocks last. I picked up, I know I wasn't supposed to be buying anything, but I picked up some of the Peekaboo bags. They were in low inventory, but they are great for Christmas cookies. So there you go. So that's our no stamp card. Yes, it took us an hour, but you didn't see that this morning, Megan. Oh, I sorted it from low to high in price-wise. And yeah, there was that. There was the old Regal's paper, like before the refresh. So there was quite a few things on there. Lots of Christmas paper. There was the masculine paper, you know, with the motorbikes from the mini catalogue. So there was lots of things that I hadn't seen for a while. There was the penguin punch. Some of the things were 60% off. Some of them were they weren't quite 65% off, but they weren't 60% off. So they were a bit more than 60. So there we go. So that is our your no stamp card. For those who are waiting patiently for, oh, there wasn't any peekaboo bags left. Oh, they were low inventory this morning. The people waiting patiently for our retreat information. Next week on the 1st of October is registration for our one-day Christmas retreat. And it's an early bird price, so you save $10, I think it is. And if you went to a previous retreat, you will get an email on the 1st giving you the an even better price than that, and you'll have during the early bird period to purchase your tickets at that price. That price is only available to previous retreat members, and if you previously attended our retreat, you will also get and you bring someone along. So I know a few people are intending to bring their friends along. You'll get your name in a special draw for every person that you bring. All right, so that's it from me. I'm going to go and have my dinner now that it's 8:15, and I will see you all next week. I might be doing a special live on Thursday. We'll just, fingers crossed, I'll have a special guest if that happens. But I will let you know. This Saturday I will probably do a quick hello from the Backstage in Brisbane event, which is a demonstrator organised event. Beck Ross organised it for Queensland demonstrators and their interstate friends who qualified to go to Backstage but couldn't go, or weren't intending to go but went. So that's on this Saturday. So we'll hopefully I'll be able to do a quick little live from there and show you what those demonstrators get up to. I'm really excited. It's going to be lots of fun. Anyway, everyone have a great week. See you next Tuesday night for our Facebook Live. And yeah, until next time, happy creating.